Chapter 5. Book of Creation, Religion and Gods of Mid-Realm. SGA, since gods arrived, the present year is 1201. According to the Book of Creation, they count the time since the gods appeared. The four main races were created by the four main gods. The four main gods. Primordial serpent created the dark elves. Jairus, the fire giant, god of war and devastation, the creator of red orcs. Angel Winged Yagi, who created the white orcs. Thalios, the strange sage, who created the Madagar humans. And there are two smaller gods, each other's rival. Rampur, the black hyena, god of death. Cubanisto, god of death. In the beginning, war did not exist. They lived in peace, but completely separated from each other. The gods also lived in mid-realm, together with their own species. The gods taught the races, and as the races became more and more populated, the power of the gods grew more and more. As the numbers of believers grew. Then when they became too powerful, they left the mid-realm for some reason. The gods were bound by a kind of pact and could not go to war. There was complete peace, even within the species. There was no sign of hostility, war, or fighting. You could say it didn't even exist at that time. Then, just as the last god disappeared, the primordial serpent, anger, revenge, greed, arrogance began to appear so nicely. And so came the fights and wars. For the first 500 years there was complete peace. Then in 512 the primordial snake also disappeared. However, even though the gods disappeared, they shared their power with their followers. The faithful inherited a magical power that was passed down through the generations in the form of religion. And these powers still exist today. Religion in this world is literally inherited by bloodline, and only those who are members of the bloodline can awaken the divine powers. Obviously, the species also realized this, and because of this there were those who tried to preserve the purity of the bloodline. Since the red orcs have multiplied a lot, and they are the most numerous, this power is the weakest in them, but they are basically very strong and tough, maybe because of this. The dark elves, there are very few of them, and there is also an upper caste among them who inherit the power of religion. So perhaps they have the most focused power in their hands. There are also quite a lot of Madagars, but they also have an upper caste system, or priesthood. But in vain, the bloodline is inevitably diluted. They do not even come close to the power of the dark elves. Until finally the white orcs. They didn't care too much about passing on the bloodlines either, and they are few. Similar to the red orcs, they are generally very tough and strong. Very few use divine power in the form of magic.